Whale Songs in the Aurora Borealis by Ronda, Eller, 2005. Part 3. Who but they? The sprawling universe is my lover, the glorious sun my mystic brother, the shimmering moon my loyal sister. More grand than all is my creator. More grand than all is she, my mother, and some would argue that she's my father, though who but they will know from each other when all are reborn in the emerald sky? Who but they that do not sip forgetfulness through spirit's lip, that live not in forensic tense, that know the scope of cosmic sense? Who but these that plant and reap immortals through each season's sleep can know the seed from which I'm born, I they who sow the emerald morn? His smiling transformation. There is a phoenix in the land, smiling, transformed since days of youth, when opportunity was at hand and he yearned to own her, his beautiful truth. Of all the women his life had known, the innocent phoenix rose above. Their kingdom fell, yet she kept his throne, and he took her image to the grave. There is a phoenix in the land, risen from ashes with full redemption, her testimony on face, in hand, and in the burnt, proud sun, in her reflection. No equal to dreamt beauty, no. Instead, she equals his vibration, being the one he longed for most, being his smiling transformation. He knew a phoenix in his youth, that he adored in every way. She owned his love in life and death, and now they have their Phoenix Day. The dark night's chill. Sitting in the cold stone windowsill, glancing across the river, in the dead of night the moon at will paints itself amid shadowy ripples. I am beyond the world, high in my tower, cursing the candle that lights my quill, as it records each pensive thought that trickles from the warmth of my soul into the dark night's chill. My heart resides along this murky shore. When last my lover came to favor me, it mattered not which dressing gown she wore. It was her pilgrim spirit that caught me. If she were the very devil, I believe I'd yet call on her lips to kiss me more. But I never could control my anxious heart whenever she bestowed herself on me. Sitting in the cold stone windowsill, glancing over the rippling brook, my soul returns from the grave's sweet chill. What lesson was I to have learned from that? Upon the life I had, here I now look, as if it were the one who I lead still. An owl asks me who is coming back. This time I can't reply, or my quill. Whale Songs in the Aurora Borealis. Until the last death I saw myself as a crystal turning inside the husk, changing faces, pretending to be someone else, pretending to be myself. In the black auditorium the adjudicators, all of me, contemplated an understanding of whale songs. The bittersweet music of Jupiter calling to his bride, the old man's dirty hands dreaming up Hermes. The Aurora Borealis, a brilliant commixture of Juno, held my fellows in each one's color, designed upon an infinite sky, resonating the trickster's spell during night glow on the horizon. As their shrouded voices echoed cloud to cloud, I prayed for ignorance, that I might join their composite polarity, but instead I wore Pan with pipe in hand, lulled them into blissful sleep, and then the whale song sang in me. Whispers in the heavens. She came to me like a feather in the mist, floating, floating, soft and silent, pure form singing melodiously where only I could see or hear her. I remember the days of rhapsody, she and I, a wing and a prayer, leaving whispers in the heavens to echo for all eternity. We kept our secret to the bitter end, sacred and holy, above reproach, so that mortal man could not devour it before it could bestow its child. And we offered it up to the ancient Greystone, because the immortal rose was not to be found. And Greystone was an old astrologer, who knew where to bury it in the shadows of the moon. And still she came to me beyond the eclipse, floating, silent, always floating, down from the heavens to anoint my head with a new song, despite my reek of flesh and bone. Then, calling me her very own, she kissed me with a lover's kiss, and left me with a petaled gift from the immortal rose. Where she went to I cannot know, but that it was somewhere between dark and light, and wherever she was, she found the rose. She repeated our love, for love made right. And she whispered our song with the tip of her wing, so the rose found her worthy and offered a smile. And conceiving our love was the purest thing, she offered a petal to comfort me. The rose, called the Greystone, old wizard and friend, who agreed to send my love back to me. With a nod of his head and a wave of his hand, she descended upon me, floating, floating, ever floating, once again through misty sea. Not for a lifetime, not even for a day, her new perfection too perfect to stay, but she came as ever to bid me know she loved me like the pure light's snow. She kissed my hands and wandering feet, so when our child had grown complete, they would bring me back to her, our secret safe to walk the earth without fear of carnivore. And then she left me standing there. I came into the city on the 28th day, my hands pierced, slightly rounder in the face, slightly wider in the hip, with a plentiful bosom, adorned with lilies and the music of songbirds. But from their tablets the Pharisees, learned in the ways of gods, knew not me. I sought their audience, a scribe among scribes, but gender and sorrow scarred my face, so that I would not be recognized. Instead, like Jesus, I was misplaced, seeking a path among the shrines, a fertile embodiment cast out of season. Now is not the spring, I sadly acknowledge, though Easter breaks upon the morn, and I'll be called to rise again. My soul heaved upon its moorings, feeling my return to shadows, standing amid their blood-orange haze, invisible to every gaze. Where would I be when old Greystone returned? I knew not but love on which to depend. I wandered the desert for 40 years, and I was, like Israel, tired and homeless under a pregnant moon. I called to my lover to lend me her strength, and she came to me upon the wave, floating, floating, soft and silent, down from the heavens to kiss my brow, to wash my stained world into the sands, and wrap me gently neath her wing. She and I, a wing and a prayer, our love connecting heaven and earth, our secret becoming a legacy, evocations of our rhapsody. And when she left, though I remained, I knew our love surpassed the pain, and I awoke upon my bed with a fragrant rose beside my head. Cuchulain's legacy. Where does Cuchulain now breathe? Tied to a stone with red hand grounded is the hound of Ulster, Ulster now a myth? By Luge the stars great question sounded, and the universe gave no reply. Does Cuchulain still guard the pass, gay Bolga raised, still young Sedanta, or is Ymir's love mere sodden grass? By Luge the stars question demanded an answer, the earth gave no reply. Does his immortal seed live on, and who will claim his legacy? Should we believe the hound is gone, or riding sky in emerald sea? The universe gave no reply. She sings of the immortal wick. Resound your music, soothe my bleaching heart, whilst it tells new beginnings like the moon, echoing ever on throughout each quarter. Though dark persists, I'm light to hear your tune. I've left the classroom, dappled with wax preachers, whose flame deforms them in the candlestick. My cross is not as heavy as its features, but ye forged, fits now my soul's immortal wick. Resound your music, Let me full absorb it, and reflect it back to you with wings of flight, in smoky patterned bands designed to guard it as it permeates both dark and light alike. O lover of my heart, O great creator, the everlasting voices sing your praise, as we take turns consuming one another, flame feeding flame, ourselves absolved, ablaze. This is the end of part 3 for Whale Songs in the Aurora Borealis. Please continue for part 4.